right, we are streaming. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful people. This is Drake, B Drake with Everything Culture, the podcast for all cultures, the podcast with a purpose. Our mission statement comes from the words of Dr. Martin King Jr., which are he believed that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because of segregation. And because of segregation, we have miscommunication. We created this platform with the pillars of respect, communication, and consistency so we can get to know each other so we can love one another. We go live every Sunday at 7:30 Central Standard Time with our audience, with our community, with the people who support Everything Culture. We usually talk about our most recent episode, our upcoming episodes, as well as what's going on in our personal life and what's going on within the world all in general. Whatever comes up, we discuss. And remember, our pillars are respect, communication, and consistency. If you'd like to join the conversation, make sure to hit us up, leave a comment, or just reach out to us at everythingculture@gmail.com. Or if you find us anywhere on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, I'm not calling it X. That will suffice as well. But yeah, how y'all doing? Welcome in. Hello. So we have Jaya and we have Tanya with us right now. Y'all know usually people come on in, they'll wrangle themselves in every now and then, maybe 30 minutes or an hour in. But we're not going to be on here all night. We're not going to be partying until 11 o'clock at night. We got some things to get into, but yeah, I'm happy to have y'all. Hello, Camo, Tokahanas. How are we doing? But yeah, so greetings. Hope everyone had a good week. I hope y'all was successful. This weekend has been a adventurous one. We made another trip to good old East Texas and was able to celebrate my aunt's a retirement party after 44 years of service to our organization. Wow, it was beautiful. It was well put. I got hit last minute being the MC, but we made it work. We made it work. Okay. But it was man, it was at a country club. Um, super swank and fancy, I would say. It was very put together, had a plethora of people to come out and show love and support. She received a proclamation from the mayor of her city, our city growing up. Thank you for the follow, Camo. And that was a big deal, in my opinion, to have the mayor to show up at your retirement party. Like that was pretty dope. So, congratulations, Auntie. I'm proud of you. I know you just had me MC. I know I told you how much I love you, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't think I'll be the man I am today without her leading as an example of being hardworking and diligent into the what she put forth to do to take care of her family and just make that example. I know some of us looking at going to work as being stressful and oh, I've just got to pay these bills, but it's bigger than when you show that type of example of resiliency and determination. And once again, one of our pillars are consistency. Seeing this woman wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, make her coffee, get her hair and all that stuff done, and just drive to work, clock in, and be the person she never was. She was always herself too, loud. Okay, very loud. So sometimes when y'all see me getting my ways and talking noise, this and that, I can definitely say I get that from her. Okay. Love hosting parties and networking, those things that being who you are when you're able to do that in the workplace is amazing. And every person, Chantel, and every person who spoke and that showed up knew that was her. Even if they knew her from high school, knew her from church, or knew her from any other portion of her life, her coworkers and them, they all said the same thing. That's who she is. So yeah, I found that to be beautiful, and congratulations again. We don't see, and I don't know how I'll be, but I'll love to retire from a place one day that I feel supported, feel valued. A lot of organizations not like that, and sometimes that's why you don't have employees that stay for long periods of time. But that's a conversation we can have tonight, or we can have another day. Y'all let me know. But how you doing? What's going on, Kiki? It's okay. Y'all be shouting out. I can talk. I'm in a talkative mood tonight, so we ain't stressing it. Um, what else? And just check. Have y'all listened to the Father's Day episode? I'm also curious.
I did.
Okay. We got one from Jay. We got one listen. Anyone else?
Yes.
Okay, got Kiki. All right. I know
I'm
Tanya
working
get.
tonight per usual.
I did.
Sorry.
Oh, hold on. Tanya listen, but Kiki missed it.
No, I said I did. I said I'm working tonight per usual, so that's why I'm
Oh,
here.
gotcha. My bad.
I did
So,
watch.
okay, you watched it. So, I would love to hear from y'all. What was y'all input? What was y'all thoughts and feelings?
Me personally, watching, because I watched it on YouTube, watching it on YouTube, joining our live right after, and then going back and watching it, I just had to, I almost broke down, but I had to call my dad, and I was just like, thank you. And he kept asking, like, why was I saying? I was just like, I didn't know that you went through and you sacrificed as much as you sacrificed outside of what you pretty much he'll tell me and my sister like he did this so we can have this and this, and he was just like, it wasn't for you to know about, just know that I loved you. I was just like, I know it wasn't for me to know what all you sacrificed, and I'm pretty sure you're not gonna tell me everything that you sacrificed for us, but thank you. And then after that, he was just like, I heard it in his voice because me and him both, when we had touched and about the we fighting tears and stuff like that, you'll hear it in our voice before anything else. And he was just like, well, that made he pretty much told me that made me feel good. And he's not gonna say you welcome because it was his job as a father. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure you weren't gonna say you welcome. Just know that I'm saying thank you, and you are my superhero, regardless if you want to be a superhero or not. You my superhero.
Oh, I got to clip that right there. Now that's beautiful. I know that meant a lot. Like once again, for him to hear that from you and that you able to show that appreciation, especially out the blue, it goes a long way. Thank you for listening. And that was some of the point that if you're able to do that, it's a blessing to do that. You know. Anyone else? And once again, just thoughts and feelings. What questions did you have afterwards or throughout? Or what did you want to see that perhaps could have been different?
Well, Drake, you know that you and I talk kind of in depth about some situations that I kind of deal with, personally,
Mhm.
um, from the male perspective. And what it kind of just made me think about was I wish that the men that are important to my children, that they kind of took their roles more seriously, and that they were as their roles were as important to them as it were to the gentlemen that were a part of that segment. Um, that kind of was it. There were moments I had my breakdown moments, and I think that's just because I'm a little sensitive. But I told you this the cry a little bit. I think Ken touched me the most. Um, and that's it. I don't want to talk about it no more.
It's okay. I appreciate you sharing. I do appreciate that. Hey, Court, how are you doing? She may be
So Drake,
driving.
I have to admit, probably 30 minutes in, I had to like turn it off,
Mm,
and go back to it. It was a lot for me. Um, Losing my dad at 18.
mm,
We did not have a relationship, when I was growing up. Um, and as I, was 18, he was getting ready to retire.
mm,
And made a lot of promises about being there for me and all of that. And he died. He was retiring in December, and he died that September. So that, there was no completion there. And fast forwarding to my kids, it was always important that, they had their dad in their life and be a part of their life, which he was, till they were 14 and 14, 15. But just the beginning, just the first 30 minutes, the whole thing was a lot. Um, in a good way. In a good way. Don't get me wrong. One of the things that we hear all the time that, oh, black men are sorry, or black dads are, like they get a bad rap a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I was very proud to see this panel, because I see it in my family. My brother's raising his son. His mom just up and left one day. My cousin, raised his daughter. Her mom just brought her to my mom and said, "Hey, I can't do it." And I was very proud of the men in my family for standing up, doing what they were supposed to do. But
Yeah.
to see this panel and to hear them be so transparent, it was a lot, but it was a good a lot. And I hope that a lot of men see this, those that, want to be more in their kids' lives, um, or be, a better dad, or, handle different things. But I hope that panel, I hope that you guys can be, there for one another. Because
Oh,
I think, was it Kiki that said that she, related to Ken more than anything? And I think I told you this, like, Ken, I just want to hug him like in the beginning, because you could
yeah,
just tell
yeah.
he had a love. But I definitely got a lot out of it. Enjoyed it.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. And that's the purpose of a lot that what we do here at Everything Culture. And I'm gonna share with y'all, man, it's hard work. When I know it's not easy having these conversations. Two, it's not easy wrangling people together and finding folks that, okay, I think they will be able to share a certain perspective. And I don't want everybody to have the same perspective. I want people to have different perspectives. A few of us can share it, but I want someone to have something different. Okay. Three is making sure people get the word. I don't I something I struggle with. I've talked about this before on my lives and even on my, content total, that how can I reach more people? I hear all the time, people send me messages and DMs all the time, man. I appreciate what you're doing, this and that, but you do not share my shit. But I was like, I'm confused because I take it back. Like I know, because I know this is hard to listen to. And just like the young woman I was having, I'm assuming young woman, I think we're all young, and it's one way, from whatever perspective we're coming from. But talking about the dating thing. Yeah, I know I don't talk about dating, but she came in, she was polite. She want to hear my perspective about dating on TikTok, or this and that. And I'm just like, hey, babe, just love you and enjoy what you're doing at the end of the day, you know? But when I'm trying to bring more people, but people occasionally don't want to hear that. They want the chaos behind it. They want the messiness. They want the nastiness. They want me to bring guys on to talk bad about women. They want people, they may not want it, but that's the type of, that's what that's going to get them engaged with. And I'm gonna say I bleed. I'm guilty of things as well. I sin. So I've seen some things that I watch. I like, this is dumb, but they'll get me sucked in. And I have to remember, I got to put out better content. I got to make that example for people. You ain't got to watch this, because people say, why? Because I hear all the time, why is there no men that's doing this and stepping up? I just brought several on my show. But we share and we engage with not only content, but individuals that have really nasty attitudes or disrespectful attitudes to not only other people, but to you directly. But them are the type of people that get your attention. And they know that. I've seen legit conversations about people. If you talk to a woman a certain way, they'll feel more attracted to you. But the same thing with men. I see on all different levels where it's hard to look at yourself. That's why I was trying to get people to look at ourselves. Like with Jaya, what she went and did was something that, like, I'm happy that can make that change. Okay. With Tanya, Kiki, with y'all that feeling, I want to touch those feelings. Okay. I want y'all to have that connection. When I did my Mother's Day episode, when I was at my auntie's retirement party, like one of my cousins, like one of my grandfather's nephews, what you call him? He's not I'm his second cousin or whatever you want to say it. We're second cousins. You know how I go. And he was like, man, I listened to that episode you made about your mother. You got really something good going on. Your mother was like my best friend coming up. She don't want to put me on George Clinton. She don't want to do this, that, and you to speak about her, and you lost her at the age of 15, man. That's why we don't have a lot of people in our family to have conversations like that. And I like, man, I'm thank you for telling me. I don't know that I know certain people in my family listen to it. I send it to them, but I told them, I said, that's from 2 years ago, but I'm glad, but I'm glad I reshared it, and I tell you how many people come back and reach out. So I was looking, it's my responsibility to share. I'll talk about with marketing. But when he had these conversations with these men, and even during the show, if you see me, if you really pay attention to our facial expressions on YouTube, man, you see us a few times. I got to tilt my head back. I like, man, when my partner was talking about his having his son, his first child, and the emotions and the feelings behind it. And then a lot of people didn't catch up. I'm assuming people didn't catch up on it because I caught up on it so well. Him and his dad don't have the best relationship. His relationship with his dad is almost like the relationship with my father. And I probably would feel the same way if I had a child. Like in his head, like maybe me having a son is what's going to bring us together. And he kind of said it didn't really work out like that. And I could feel, once again, I'm an empath, so I could feel his emotions right there as a human being going through that. Because as him being a son, well, as him being about to become a father, he's still a son in the same sense. So having these, once again, these very vulnerable conversations, men, women, they, them, however you want to put it, we are still to the point of, growth. And hopefully we can be a better person as we grow, And I say that, I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all tuning in because it's worked. I would say listen to this, but hopefully we can have growth from it. Hold on. That was the episode I watched. The one on your mom. Oh yeah, I have that one. If you listen to the making, if you listen to the makings of me, I interviewed all my family members. I tell people, if you want to get to know me, I be like, listen to my podcast. I got episodes that not only is me speaking directly, but I'm speaking to the people who raised me. And they say, everything y'all be here, I be giving people keys to the castle. That's why I be telling folks, even with relationships, people don't want to get to know each other. They want what they want out of it, and when they find out that they're dealing with another actual human being that has feelings, emotions, and thoughts and things, and that can control them, that's going on both sides, it become problematic. No, I see you meant the first one. I got you. But yeah, and even with Ken, like Ken's part, me and the fellas, we kind of chatted afterwards, and we've been reaching out, chatting with each other throughout. But we definitely got to have a part two. Definitely. I done had other men hit me up like, "Hey man, I need to be on the next one. I need to have these conversations." I know some fellas out here that really have quote unquote father issues. Strongly. I do another one women. Did I do another one women and men? But I know a lot of us that have because once again, I do Mother's Day episodes. If y'all haven't listened to the Mother's Day episode, they are interesting, they're fun, they're emotional, they're educational, I would say. But once again, it's a lot of work to go into this. So I always tell people when y'all share it, when y'all engage in the comments and all that, it's absolutely valued. Absolute value. But yeah. But other than that, man, I don't know if I'll have an episode out tomorrow. I'm most likely gonna have another one out Wednesday. Then I'm gonna keep it going for the next Monday, Wednesday, depending what I get the best views and the best traction for. But yeah, so we got Kiki coming up, we got Glock coming up, we have Holistic Coalition coming up, we have my previous CEO, Linda Najat coming up. Who else? I feel like I recorded another one. That may be it. And then I got some fellas and I'm trying to do some in town, some Houston, some face-to-face conversations. Because man, they say another birthday gonna be here. I got a plan for that. I don't know what I'll do. I gotta get in birthday prep mode, I let my Leo free, see how I'm gonna get. But I'm enjoying being back in I am not enjoying this heat, but I'm enjoying being back in Texas. And I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of things coming up that I want to make sure that we all can enjoy, we all once again grow from. And yeah. And I would love to hear what do y'all want. I gotta finish this child welfare series. It may not be as pretty as I want it to be, but I gotta lock it in because I want to go to season 5. Season 5 is past due. And I'm gonna try to knock out season 5 and season 6 by the end of 2025. So that's my goal. So knock out these 6 seasons because I gotta make a post about this too. I got nobody else in here has a podcast, so I don't know. Y'all may not get this. Have any of y'all had a podcast before, or any type of content creation?
I have not. I just listen to podcasts.
Okay, so every blue moon, I would get these basically these sales ad by SEOs and things stating that like how, and they'll do my numbers for me essentially, like what am I hitting, what am I not hitting, blah blah blah. But they're always trying to sell on you. They're trying to sell you something. I don't trust them things. I've never paid for a follower. Okay. That's something I pride myself on. Everything I do, I get it from me just being myself, marketing. I am not a professional marketer, I would say, but I know how to reach some people at certain points and how to push out. But I know sometimes if I had the funds for it, I'd probably pay for more ad space and all that, but that is a part of it. But it was like, from a name that, yeah, it was like the Hood Egregiate. I don't know how I even how to spell this, but well, not spell it, but say it. But you have 952 subscribers after 365 videos on YouTube. And we came across your channels and noticed you have these videos and you put into it, you're able to get 952 subscribers. Your channel has so much potential. It's just not ranking on YouTube. The most recent video you posted 6 days ago has a #1 ranking keyword with a 45% SEO score, blah, blah, virtually making it invisible in the YouTube search algorithm. So when I'm learning how to maneuver these things, I have to go and look at the analytics and follow this. And I'm like, I don't have time. So that's why it's so big when I try to share it to folks and let's share it out because it's like, man, it's really to that point to get how do we continue to grow? How do I continue to get folks involved? I'm working on another new logo. Well, this is really like the third logo I'm working on. But all these things, that's why we come live on Sundays to really get a brainstorming process so we can learn how to be a better platform for everyone. I want to make sure to bring some things that y'all don't expect as far as conversations. But I want to talk about like, hey, where do we need to grow and where do we need to learn once again? But I want to let you know, YouTube, I think that's been I don't know, has that been our 30, 20? We've been on 15, but I'm going to jump off of YouTube real quick, y'all. I just want to say thank y'all so much. Y'all make sure to support one another, love one another. We'll be back next Sunday. Next Sunday should be much more chill. It's about to be a fun week. Okay. Well, it's going to be a sad week. I'm going to miss my boo. But all in all, be said,